cool, man. Just like that. You can always let this just
Yeah, what's the battery?
battery.
Battery? No, to the
Oh,
bike.
oh, oh.
Yeah.
It's working now.
Okay, that's okay. Alright, what's going on, man? What up, what up, what up? Feel a little bit better. Wanted to give y'all an update of the damage of the bike. Uh, here we go. Sure it's low enough. We'll be going back and forth. I'm streaming live on TikTok and on my YouTube. Let me know if y'all can hear me. If not, I'll move the camera closer. Let's see. Still in a lot of pain. Hand is swollen. Like you see, fingers all jacked up. So shoulders messed up, and then my leg. Other than that, I'm pretty much good. I got a little bruise on my face, but it's not. You can't. I don't even think you can see it. It's right there. Actually, let me turn this thing off. I don't want it to be following me right now. Just leave it like that because I want y'all to see the bite. Okay? Okay, so let me know if y'all can hear me. Thumbs up if y'all can hear me. You can hear me? Okay, cool. Alright, so let's do. It's really hard for me to grab this. There we go. Alright, so first thing I want to talk about is this right here. Okay, so this was the major impact. So what happened was I was coming down the street doing about 35, 40 miles per hour, and coming down the street doing about 35, 40 miles per hour, blew through a stop sign like a jackass because I was hyped up. I had just completed my quest, and I had already finished the delivery, but the app glitched,
and I actually had 2 bags I should have been bringing him instead of one. Once I got to the drop off, it told me I had 2 bags or 2 orders, and I was a little bit confused. So, talked to the customer. He was like, "Yeah, I did have 2 orders." So I told him, I was like, "Look, I'm already done with my day, so I'll just run back and go get it." So, fucking crazy how this shit happened because I technically was supposed to be done and on my way home. If that would have happened, I would have never had the accident. But whatever. I pick up the order that technically was for the customer. I didn't forget it, but it was for the customer. And I was trying to hurry up and get it over there because I didn't want it, to be too late by the time I got over there and his meal be cold and stuff like that. But funny thing is, this nigga only tipped me $1, bro. Before any of this happened, he tipped me $1. So I should have never even fucking did it. I should have just been like, man, deal with Uber because Uber messed up. But it is what it is, man. So this is the major impact right here. Once I saw the car at the stop sign, I knew either we were going to collide or I was going to try to have to maneuver to get out of that situation. And when I jerked left, I ended up hitting this dip in the road, kind of like a pothole, and it caused me to lose control. Once I lost control, it sent me flying even more left, and there was a ditch, and then there was a driveway. Now the driveway had about a 6 to 8 inch concrete lip on both sides, and so I knew I was about to wipe out, man. There was nothing I could do at that point. So I just tried to make the best of it, and I tried to wheelie over the lip, and that's why the front isn't as damaged as the back, because I actually brought it up. But upon me lifting the bike, I also throttled, so it gassed the bike even more, and it fucking threw me, man. It threw me into the fucking ditch. I hit the concrete thing that was sticking out. Luckily I had my gear on, so even though I hit it with my head, I was extremely blessed, man. If I didn't have my helmet on, I would not be doing this video right now. I don't have to be worried about that one. Alright, so that's the damage here. See that? Yeah, man. I'm blessed, bro. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm extremely blessed that I'm here. Just looking at the bike, and the impact was so loud, man. I just keep remembering how it sounded, and it sounded so freaking brutal. Yeah, so see if I can turn this around. Yeah, all right. It's hard to maneuver this with one hand. So then let's go to the front wheel, and y'all can see it's not as bad as the yeah I know it. It's not as bad as the front. I mean, as the rear. Where's the? I don't know. Maybe it's only damaged on one side. Yeah, it's damaged on the other side. So that's because I was at an angle, right? So I was at an angle like this. Well, not like that, like like this. So I hit it. It's so weird how I ended up in the ditch, but I hit it like this. So I only hit it on the other side. So it's not that bad. But then you look at the damage on this side is worse. If you look at the forks, this one, it completely snapped right here. It snapped halfway. It's barely hanging on. So that was the main impact after I hit, or not the main impact, that was the secondary impact, probably upon landing in the ditch, because I remember like I was over the handlebars. I was getting tossed off, and I remember like my stomach was on the handlebars. Uh, and then because I fell first, and then the bike landed on top of me, which is how my shoulder got messed up. See what else. Yeah, it was pretty bad, bro. I was doing like 35, 40 miles per hour. Stupidly ran through a stop sign. I was on pre-workout. I was hyped up because not only was I done with the day, I hit my quest goal of 60 deliveries, and I had just got my bonus, so I was done. I was ready to go home, and I didn't think anybody was going to be out there that late. So it was pretty empty. It was pretty quiet, which is why like people came out of their house and stuff, because it was just so loud, man. It was so loud. But just imagine like both of my tires popping, and then just metal hitting the concrete. So this happened, and then the battery, which this is how you know the impact was so bad, man. Let me show you what happened to the battery. It literally ripped in half, or not even in half, it just broke, like straight off. Freaking crazy, man. I'm gonna try to, I guess I don't have to do that. I can just bring the camera over here. My finger ripped off. I don't even know how it ripped off, but it ripped off. It was like 6 feet from me. And so the battery plate is still actually attached to the battery. Yeah, for sure. For sure, but this is my baby, man. This is my baby. This is my workhorse right here. I've been using this bike more than anything now. All right, let's go ahead and get that off. I wanted to do that on camera. So this just broke from the impact. This is pretty thick plastic, so to just break like that, yeah, I don't know, man. That's insane. And then you got the handlebars. That's what hit the ditch as well. There was a piece of, I don't know what it's called. It's a concrete circle that allows the water to drain, and that's what it hit. And that there's a scrape like that on my helmet as well. Yeah, I'll go get my helmet. Set my helmet down. I can't pull things for very long right now. Nah, bro, I'm ready to ride. That's one I was telling my mom that. I was like, man, you know, when I get in these accidents, because this is like my third bad accident on two wheels. I've already had 2 motorcycle accidents, actually 4. 2 on my motorcycle, 1 on my pit bike, and then now 1 on my e-bike. I got ran off the road like last week, but it wasn't that bad. I just sprained my wrist, and it wasn't on the Antioquia, it was on the Red Star. But If y'all can see that, the scrapes, because this is the side that the bike landed, hit my head, and it scraped that all up. That's why my head is sore. And then this is the side that hit the ditch pipe that was sticking out. So that's why that's all scarred up. And then this right here, this mount is actually broke. The plastic tab, it actually is supposed to look like this, but it's bent out. So the impact was pretty much right here. So that's why I'm saying, if I did not have my helmet on, guys, I'm pretty sure I would have been either brain dead or I just would have died. Fucking brain would have been everywhere. So make sure y'all wear y'all PPE, man. Wear a helmet at least. I know a lot of people say when it's your time to go, it's your time to go, but I mean, it's true, but then again, you can also not be prepared and leave early, you know. The lights still work. I don't know. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The throttle cable got ripped off, so I gotta replace that. That's easy. And so the forks, both motors, well, I might be able to salvage the front. I might be able to salvage. I'm gonna take a good look at it. I think it might be salvageable. So the forks and the rear motor for sure got to go. And then I got to get a front throttle. But everything else was good. Nothing came off. Even the battery. Like, I have another battery plate for this battery. So everything should be good with that battery. I've already checked it. It's still holding a charge and everything. It's not... it went into dirt. So it's not even like scarred up or anything, which is crazy because the amount of force that the impact caused the battery to break, the battery plate to break, and there's no damage on the battery. I haven't cleaned it off or anything. It's the same for the bike. My bike is relatively clean, except for right there. You wouldn't even know I fell into a ditch. It's not dirty. The seat's not dirty. I have no idea how the handlebars didn't dig into the mud. I was clean. So weird, bro. So weird. Because I was deep into the ditch. I was literally in the middle of the ditch. So the lights, like, you can't even tell, bro. Other than the scrape right there, but there's no dirt. And that ditch was pretty deep, man. And I was laying there for a while, man. Like, the first thing I did was I tried to pick up the bike. And matter of fact, that dirt might have came out from me dragging the bike out of there. I picked it up and I tried to just ride off. Stupid as hell, man. But I was kind of out of it. So when I sat up, I just picked the bike up and tried to throttle it out. And that's when it started making all that noise in the rear. And I was like, oh yeah, the rear tire's busted. I just thought it was busted. And then the dude in the car actually he ran over. He was all hysterical. And he was like, oh, I'm so sorry, man. I shouldn't have blew at you. I'm sorry. It's my fault. And I was like, nah, bro. Like, it's not your fault at all. I was the idiot. I ran the stop sign. You know? I wasn't blaming him at all. Like, he wasn't wrong at all. I don't even care if he was speeding. He didn't have a stop sign. I did. So, it was my fault. And so, he was like, he was shaking and everything, man. He was just, I don't know if he ever been in that situation. It didn't seem like it. So I had to kind of calm him down and tell him, like, nah, bro, you good. And he helped me with the bike. And so we drug it out of the ditch. And then pretty much I just laid it back down because he was holding it. I was like, you're good, bro. And then he ended up asking, could he leave? Because there was a neighbor out and he was helping me too. He was giving me water and you know, bandages and stuff like that. He was asking me like certain questions, pretty much like what the paramedics would ask you. He asked me, did he want me to call the paramedics? I was like, no, I'm good. Like, I'm gonna just call my wife. And then I was like, oh shoot, I forgot I had an order. So opened my bag, and I had like what's it called? Jinya, which is a ramen place, and it was noodles all in my bag and juice everywhere. The juice was leaking on the ground, made me like, I was so confused. Like, man, I was out of it because I hit my head so hard. I was thinking it was gas because I kept seeing like liquid around my bike, and I was like, what the heck? Where? Why is like, I'm just thinking, because I ride motorcycles and stuff too. Uh, so I'm like, man, there's a lot of gas. And then I was like, oh no, this is the juice from the food that was in my bag. So, hold on. Trying to look at the message. Okay. I don't know what it was, but a moderator already took that off. So I don't know. Somebody might have been trolling or something. I don't know. But yeah. So anyway, I just was in a lot of pain. I kept trying to stand up, and then I would have to sit down, and then I would lay down, and then I started getting that. Like, I still had my helmet on for a while, and then I started getting really, really hot, and I just started like sweating really bad. So I was like, I gotta take my helmet off. But yeah, my head was hurting. My shoulder was in so much pain, and then I I had already figured. I was like, every time I get in an accident on a motorcycle, I always mess up my knees. Like, my legs are always the ones that get like scarred up, and my pants were ripped, so I knew. I was like, yeah, something dug into my leg. And of course, uh, Marshall, the neighbor that was helping me, um, he was like, well, let's go ahead and check out your leg and see what it looks like. And so, because I was kind of avoiding looking at my injuries, I just didn't want to look at it. And so I lifted up my pant leg, and sure enough, I was just dripping blood, man. And he ran in the house and got like this safety kit, had like big band-aids and stuff like that, paper towels, all kind of stuff. And so he helped me clean it up, but I mean, it was just like still dripping out. Y'all saw in the videos, man, it was just running down my leg. And it really didn't stop bleeding until yesterday. It was still bleeding through the bandages and all that. It's super deep, but I didn't go to the hospital. I didn't go to the doctor or anything, because in my experience, the last 2 times I've been after a motorcycle accident, all they do is pump me full of morphine and do the same thing I'm doing right now, which is bandage it up, and then you just got to pay like $2,000. And I'm like, I'm gonna just do that at home, man. I already got the stuff anyway. So I avoided going to the doctor. I was like, nah, I'm good. And me and my wife well, not me. My wife's been doing everything. My wife has been pretty much my nurse. She's been taking care of me, cleaning my wounds and stuff like that. So I would say I'm recovering pretty fast. The first night was miserable. Everything hurt. I was just in so much pain. Like, my whole body was just throbbing in the bed. Just like turn it on me now. But yeah, I don't know if y'all can see that. It's a little bit of bruise right here. But yeah, this is where the helmet was, and that's where the impact of the bike hit me, because I fell into the ditch, and then the bike was right behind me, and it ended up hitting me right here. But like I said, I have my helmet on, but it's still, this is really tender right here. My face does look a little bit swollen, but it's just from the impact. You're gonna have some bruising and swelling and stuff like that. My shoulder, it don't look bad, but man, my shoulder is so, like, it's so tender all right here. I can't lift it really, like, without any pain. I've been having my wife like slowly lift it down, just so it doesn't get too stiff. Today was the first day I could do that. My hand, y'all can see, my pinky's still swollen. The swelling has went down a lot on my other fingers, but today when I woke up, I realized that my pinky was like yellowish. I don't know if y'all can see that on camera, but I can't even show you my other pinky, but yeah. My hand right here, this is pretty sore, so I probably bruised my knuckle pretty bad. It reminds me when I got upset when I was playing basketball and I punched the wall with my right hand. I messed up my knuckle right here so bad. Oh, it hurts so bad. That's what that feels like on this hand. So I'm pretty sure, I think I went down over the bike first. I had to, because I remember being airborne, and then that's all I remember. Because it's like, man, when you hear people like dying on impact, now I understand how things can happen so fast. Because when I avoided the car, yeah, I put ice on it. What you mean it'll let you know if it's broken? What's ice gonna do? It'll hurt more? I did put ice on the first day, but honestly, man, I don't be doing that, man. I just thug it out, man, and I just keep it moving. All my injuries have been similar, so I put ice on it the first day, and then that's pretty much it. Yeah, I slept with ice pack on my back. But yeah, so like I was saying, how my hand got messed up, it looks like I was still holding the handlebars, but I remember, at least I think I remember, like being airborne. But I don't know, it was really dark. That's another thing that caused me to not see the car. It was super dark in that little spot. There was like no lights on. No lights on the houses until I had the accident. Then they turned the lights on. Before that, everything was pitch black. The only thing you could see was what my lights were illuminating, and then of course the car. And if you see it on video, man, I was going so fast. So did you go to the doctor? I don't. What would they do for a broken hand other than put it in a cast and just, you know, stuff like that? I can move my hand though. So it hurts, but I can move my pinky too. That's about as much as I can move it right now. But I can feel everything. And then this finger just feels like when you slam it in a car door really hard, times like 5. But that's because it happened. It happened here, and then it drug down all the way to the nail bed. So I don't think anything is broken. I think if it was broken, it'd be like more swollen or black and blue. My finger is a little bit yellow, but I think it'll be all right. What's going on, Mike? I'm just going over the bike. Here, I'll show you the bike since you just got here. So like I was saying, this was where the impact was right there. That took the brunt of the damage because I kind of wheelied over the lip of the driveway that was right by the ditch, and that caught most of the impact. And then upon landing, my fork snapped. And I was just explaining, I think I was still, or I think I got tossed on the bike, off the bike, but I don't know, man. It happened so fast, man. Oh, that's what I was saying. It happened so fast. Like, I remember the thought of, I was in the middle of thinking, I'm about to pull this off. And I didn't even get through with that thought. And I was in the ditch, and I remember looking up like, what the just happened? I thought I was good. Like, I thought I got out of that situation. And then I started remembering, okay, I remember seeing the lip of the driveway. I remember trying to wheelie, and then I remember the force of it catching. And of course, when I wheelied, I fucking whiskey throttled because everything was happening so fast and it was pitch black. it just really jolted me forward. And yeah, so I know I got thrown off the bike. I wasn't on the bike when I landed. The bike was on me, and then I pushed it off, and I got up and saw what was, you know, the damage. But overall, I think I'm extremely lucky. I think the frame is still good. I already got forks. I'm gonna swap those out. It was for my Ridstar. I showed y'all it was for my Ridstar, but the Ridstar can wait a little bit longer. They're still functional. They're noisy, but they're still functional. Yeah, me too, Mike. Me too, bro. Really? You had a similar wreck, bro? This shit is brutal, bro. And this is a heavy bike, too. This is one of my heaviest bike. Well, this is my heaviest bike. Because, you know, the battery is 70 amp hours. That's another thing, man. I was like, I'm so glad that my bike didn't catch on fire, because the battery over there got thrown off the bike, and I saw this. So when I seen this, I was like, damn, the battery must be in two pieces. But I didn't realize that that was just the battery plate. So I got extremely lucky that I landed in a ditch, even though it was concrete at the edge. The bike didn't hit, but the handlebars. Everything else just landed in the grass. So I guess that's the silver lining, because if the bike would have went up in flames, I would have had burn marks and everything. So that would have been even worse. It would have just, yeah, it would have been crazy. It doesn't look like anything came off, like as far as the wires, except for the throttle. That's it. Y'all can see that right there. The throttle ripped out. That's from the mechanism itself. So I just got to replace that. This is messed up. That took a lot of impact. Bro, this phone charger is so good. My phone was still on the bike, guys. My phone was still on the bike. I could not believe it. I couldn't find my phone because I didn't look on the bike. I just figured it had got thrown off somewhere. So it took me like 20 minutes to look on the bike and see that my phone was still on the damn bike. And I just thought it was like lost. I didn't know where it was. And then I started getting a like blurry vision to where like it looks like there's waves, and that was getting pretty bad, and that started scaring me, along with me sweating so much. So I almost called the ambulance, and then he ended up giving me Advil and Tylenol or something like that, and I took that, and that started working pretty fast. It kind of helped with the blurry vision and with the pain and stuff like that. I was on an empty stomach too, so it kind of kicked in pretty fast. Then I called my wife. I told her. She rushed over to me. We threw the bike in the back. Well, I didn't do anything. It was Marshall and my wife put the bike in the back of the trunk, and that was it, man. No, my bad. No, I actually went to the person. So the story's not over. Then I go, because I'm a man of integrity, man. I try to keep that. I honor that, right? So I go to the guy's house because I had screenshot the guy's address, because remember, I was already done with the order. The app glitched, or yeah, it was like glitching out, man. It was I kept having to close the app, open it back up on the way to his house because it kept glitching. And so when I got there, and it told me I had 2 orders for him, I'm like, 2 orders? I didn't pick up 2 orders. I only picked up 1. So I waited for him to answer, even though I could have just left and been like, whatever, deal with it. I waited for him to come to the door, and I was like, hey, man, did you have 2 orders? At first he said no, and then he was like, oh yeah, I did place a second order. It's the same thing. I just got two of everything, right? Basically the same thing. And so I was like, all right, look, you're my last order, so I'll just go run over there and then go get it. But I pretty much already explained that. So I go back over there after the accident with the bike in the trunk. I hobble my ass up to his front door. I knock on his door. He comes to the door, and I tell him, I'm like, I'm sorry, you're not getting your order. It's all in my bag. I had an accident. And he's like, oh, dang, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. He's like, how's the bike? And I'm like, the bike is destroyed. Like, it's destroyed. Like, I can't ride it. I have to rebuild it. And so I was like, look, man, I feel so bad. Let me just pay you for the order. And then he goes, okay, it was $24. And I'm like, all right, cool. Well, how you want me to send it to you? And then he goes, well, you can just message me. And I'm like, what? Message you? Message you? Why would I just tell me how you want me to pay you? You want me to pay you through Zelle, Cash App? How you want me to pay you? And then he was like, you can just message me again. I'm like, well, I don't understand why he's saying message me. So I was like, did you already report this to Uber? And he said, oh, yeah, I already reported it. And I was like, well, okay. Well, did they refund you? And he said, yeah. So I'm like, my guy, you already got refunded, and then you're still gonna say, bro, can't make this stuff up. Then when I got home, I realized this dude tipped me $1, bro. So I didn't pay him. I was just like, okay, well, I guess you already got it. And then that's when he was like, oh yeah, don't worry about paying me. Don't worry about paying me. It's okay. You know, I already got my money. I was like, bro, it was an awkward situation. So I was like, all right, bro. Kind of regretted even going over there after that. I was like, bro, some people, they just try to try to get a freebie if they can. But that was pretty much it. I haven't seen anything on Uber saying he reported me, so I don't. He said he did. I don't know. Whatever, it is what it is, bro. My life is more important than any freaking delivery. So if I got reported, I got reported. But like I said, nothing has came up on my app or anything, or in the message center. So I don't know if it's gonna wait until I log in again to tell me that I was reported. I don't know. I've only been reported one time, and I can't remember if it was when I logged in or as soon as I got reported. I think I was still logged in, and it let me know, it notified me. But that's gonna be it, man. That's pretty much all the damage. Thank y'all for tuning in. I will be updating y'all shortly with the rebuild. I have a bike that I use for parts that actually has a 1500 watt motor. I don't know what it peaks at. I'm gonna have to look at it. But the good news is it looks like it has the same type of connection. Y'all can see that. Can I zoom? Oh, I can zoom in. I didn't even know that. I didn't know I could zoom in on live. So it looks like it has the same type of connection as the Anioki. So I might get lucky, and it might just be a plug and play. And then I just got to put that motor on, see if the front motor is still good, or not the front motor. The motor will be good. The front rim, if it can still hold air and everything, and it's not like too wobbly when I go, I'll just keep that on, swap out the forks, and you know, we'll be back riding in no time. Then it'll just be me trying to get over this soreness. Technically, nah, I was gonna say I can ride. I can't ride right now. I don't know who I'm kidding. My shoulder is in too much pain. Like without this sling, just like standing up, my arm it just hurts so bad. Then you know, my hand is still jacked up. I can't do nothing with this. I can't grab, hold nothing. So it's still gonna be a few days until I'm back on the road. I would say, what's today? Tuesday? I would hope by Friday. Maybe by Friday. I don't know. It just depends. Last night I started getting more back pain on my left side, which I haven't had any back pain on my left side. It's always been on my right side. So that was uncomfortable. But we'll see, man. We'll see. I'm going to try to get out there as soon as I can. Luckily, I had a really good 2 months in a row. So I got a little bit of a cushion as far as like my bills and stuff go. So I'm not like panicking as far as like money and stuff like that. So we're okay. Everything's still gonna get paid. Food's on the table. You know, we'll be all right. It's really just me recovering physically, and then going ahead and swapping out all the parts to this bike. The frame looks good. It doesn't look like it took a lot of damage at all, man. It was just the forks and the wheels, and that's it. So, hey, what's going on, y'all? Or what's going on, Jermaine, McKay, e-bike guy? What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, e-bike guy and Jermaine, since y'all just got here, I'll just go over it real quick. This is the damage. Front forks busted. Bro, it was scary because it was so dark, man. It was so dark and I was going so fast like an idiot. I was hyped up because I had hit my delivery quest goal. I was on pre-workout, which made me even more hyped up. But yeah, I'll just go over it real quick for you. I was about to get off, but you know, you always be talking to me on your live, so that's the least I can do. That's the damage right there. I'm thinking the motor should be good. I don't know how to relay some motor yet, so I'm gonna just swap out the motor. I already have a 1500 watt. So that's the rear rim. The front rim is damaged, but not as bad. Like right in this area, right here. And then of course the forks. Yeah, bro, yes, I just put these forks on. Exactly. But I got an extra set that I bought, the gold one. So I'm gonna put the gold ones on, and it's cool because this bike has gold. So I'm hoping it matches, and then I'm just gonna change these. I'm gonna get some gold pedals, and then the theme is gonna be kind of like gold, black, and red. My helmet, where I hit the pipe in the ditch or the concrete, I don't know what it's called. Well, I might not have to cut the cable. That's what I was saying. I might not have to cut the cable because it looks like the same. It looks exactly the same. So I'll just unscrew that and then screw the other one in and see if it works. If it does, cool. If it don't, then I will cut it and you know, rewire it. Throttle has to be replaced. This is where it hit the concrete. Wait, did it change the orientation? This is where it hit the concrete inside the ditch. Same thing as my helmet. Right there. That's where my head hit. And then the damage right here, which I don't even use this no more, that can come off. And then I had some damage where the bike hit me, where it landed on me. Right there. But this is the battery that fell off the bike. I'm trying to move it, but it's hard for me to move it. I don't have any strength in my hand, so I can't move it, guys. I'm sorry, but there's not much damage. I mean, there's a little bit right here, it looks like. But that's it. I just saw that right now. Yeah, I'm hoping it should. I really think it will. Oh yeah, and then this is this is how you know it was some impact, man. This freaking thing just snapped off. So, and I got another battery plate. But overall, I'm extremely blessed to still be here. I would say this was worse than my motorcycle accidents as far as like the impact and everything. Even though I was going 70 miles per hour on the first one, I just slid into like the bushes. So I just had a lot of road rash. I mean, I was unconscious for a while, but I guess maybe that's why I'm saying this one is the worst one, because I was unconscious on impact on the other one, so I didn't feel anything. And then when I woke up, I was in the ambulance and they were pumping me full of morphine. So I didn't really feel the pain. This one, I opted out of going to the hospital because I didn't want morphine. Morphine messes up my stomach, and yeah, I just didn't want to go through that because other than the morphine, all they do is the same thing that I'm gonna do, which is wrap it up, put some stitches in me, and you know, give me like the braces and stuff like that. So I got my arm in a sling. Let me see. Got my arm in a sling because of my shoulder. That's where the bike hit me and landed on me. But there's not a lot of like scarring. It's just super sore on my shoulder and then my ribs on my right side. But you're allergic to the morphine. Yeah, I don't like morphine, bro. I don't like how it affects my body. Like, yeah, it feels good. Well, I wouldn't say it feels good, but it numbs the pain, so it brings it down a lot. But yeah, I don't like what it does to my stomach, man. It makes my stomach basically in knots. So I don't know. Maybe I'm allergic to it too. I don't know how it affects you, but that's how it affects me. And then my knee. My knee is pretty jacked up, but every time I get in a bike accident, my legs always get the worst of it. So I have it covered up, but there's like I would say a 3-inch gash right there, and then you can see a little bit right here. I got some road rash. It's pretty gnarly, man. That shit is nasty looking. Then I got some scarring right here, like some little road rash, but it's not much, man. I'm just glad I don't have it on my back, because having road rash on my back, it's the freaking worst, man, because once you're laid down, the sheets get stuck to your back, and oh my gosh, bro, it hurts so bad. And then when it starts to scab, every time you move, you're breaking it open again. So that was the worst, bro. When I had the road rash on my back, it was the worst, bro, because it just took forever. And then when you take a shower, it burns. It was the worst. So I'd much prefer the injuries I got now. I know that's crazy to say, but I much prefer the injuries I have right now. As far as I can tell, I'm not peeing blood or anything like that, so there's no internal damage. I still got all my teeth. I still got my eyes. You know, so yeah, man. But that's gonna be it. I will update y'all shortly. I'll probably begin as soon as I can like grab things with my hand again. I'm gonna start working on this bike. So I would say as soon as I can grab things again and actually lift my arm without being in so much pain, I'll start working on the bike. So I would say, given how I'm feeling now, it's been 2 days since the accident, and I would say I'm feeling about 20% better. I would say by Friday I should be about 60% better, and then I could start actually working on this bike. Until then, I'm just going to be resting, recovering, and probably start editing some videos if I can. It's kind of hard for me to type, but I'm gonna try to do some editing if I can, because I still got to put out 5, 6, and 7, or 5 and 6. Oh yeah, I only got 2 more videos to do with that challenge. Okay, but yeah, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. What's going on, Jeremy? Wait, Jeremy, weren't you already here? Is there somebody with the same name? Oh no, Jeremy McCain. Okay. Yeah, bro, it was a crazy accident. It really was. Every time I see somebody new in the chat, I want to keep talking, because I don't want to just get off the chat. I mean, off the video as soon as y'all get in here. I really like talking to y'all. Y'all are very supportive of this channel, which I greatly appreciate. So I'm not doing anything anyway, so if I keep seeing more people come in here, I'll just go over the bike again. So nah, bro, there was an Oh yeah, Jermaine. Okay, my bad, bro. You're right. Jermaine and Jeremy. My bad, bro. Okay, so this is the rear tire you saw in the video, and then the forks. Yeah, I'm just going over it because I got somebody new in the chat, so that came on the stream. And like I was saying, I appreciate y'all coming. So this is the least I can do is just give y'all a detailed explanation. This is the battery plate. If y'all you can see that. There it is, ripped. But that's not the stock battery. That's the one I had on there. The battery's fine. It's right here. I already took the battery plate off somewhere. I don't know where I put it, but it's fine. Where the heck did I put that battery plate? I don't know, but it's fine. The mirrors. Whoa, the mirror didn't even break. Oh, yes, it did. It did break. The mirror didn't break, but this part broke, so that's trash. And then I got... So, as you can see, it's not even that dirty, which is crazy. Freaking crazy. So, I'm hoping that the discs, the brake discs, are still good. They're not whopped or anything. It looks good. Yeah, I'm walking like a little old man right now, but it's all good. I'm moving around in less pain. So, but all right, guys, that's gonna be it for today. Again, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for all the support, the well wishes. I really appreciate that, man, for real. Crazy enough, I almost got like I almost told the guy to record me like basically laying on the ground, because I wanted to show y'all like the risks we take as e-bike riders, as food delivery people. This is not for the weak, man. I know it may look easy the way we edit the videos and we cut out a lot of the boring parts, but this ain't easy, man. And we're always risking our life every time we go out there. You know, cars are stupid, man. People are stupid that don't like bikes and they just want to run you off the road. Now, this was not that situation. Again, I was totally honest with y'all. I could have said a car ran me off the road, but I want to be transparent with y'all. I ran a stop sign. And so I'm not gonna say I deserve what happened, but this is the consequence to making a stupid decision, you know. So I just gotta take that in. It is what it is. But all right, guys, thank y'all for tuning in again. I'm gonna try to do the peace sign. So, peace.